Hey, are you on lockdown? I'm on lockdown in London, end of April. Do you want to learn to play the guitar? Are you bored? I'm bored. I want to make some videos. If you're bored, I'll teach you how to play the guitar. Let's do it. Firstly, have you got a guitar? You could either have an electric guitar like this, or maybe you've got an acoustic guitar like this. Whichever one you've got, let's get it out, get it dusted off, get it tuned up, and get ready to play some absolute beginner's guitar. Total beginners, absolute from the start. Never touched a guitar before, guitar lesson. Here we go. Let's go. First of all, how to hold the guitar. If you're right-handed and you've got a right-handed guitar, put it on your right leg. If you're left-handed and you've got a left-handed guitar, put it on your left leg. So it's on the right leg, it balances with your arm over the top like that. You don't need your left hand to hold it necessarily, and you can strum and play chords. Have you got one of these? That is a Snark clip-on tuner. Clip it on the end. Doesn't have to be made by Snark, but I do like the Snark ones. They're very accurate. So you might have some other kind of tuner. Any tuner will do. The tighter the tension on the string, the higher the note it produces. So if I tighten this is the E string, goes along to this tuning peg here. If I tighten it up, the pitch rises. If I loosen it off, the pitch gets lower. If you haven't got a tuner, you can tune the guitar to another instrument if you know that instrument is already in tune, like a piano or keyboard, for example, or maybe a harmonica. You can play an E on the piano and then tune your E string until it sounds the same, and so on and so forth through the rest of the strings. You can try tuning the guitar to the pitches of my guitar in this video. Just try to make yours sound like mine. So this is E. This is A. I'm going quite fast, but you can pause, rewind. This is D. This is G. This is B. And this is E. Stop! If you haven't managed to tune your guitar and you feel like you're failing and falling at the first hurdle, don't worry. Bookmark this video and search around for help online. How do I tune my guitar without a guitar tuner? You can do it. Take your time, do that, come back. So starting from the thickest string, we've got E, A, D, G, B, E. Which, if you want a handy way of remembering that, it's Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie. Everything's got a number to make it easier for me to tell you what you're supposed to do. So, starting with your fretting hand, I could say left hand, but some of you might be left-handed. So, if you're left-handed, it'll be your right hand doing this job. But never mind about that, I'm not going to keep banging on about the left-handed people. They're a small percentage. Oh my God, should I say that? Is it racist? I don't know. On your fretting hand, finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, and finger 4. The thinnest string is string number 1. The thickest string is string number 6. The frets are 1, 2, 3, etc, etc, etc. And if you play open, that's called either open or 0, fret 0. Okay, so if you like, you can quickly practice the whole idea of having a particular finger on a particular string on a particular fret. let's do that. So, finger 1, string 1 on fret 1. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, am I supposed to put my finger between the metal frets or on top of the metal frets? The metal bit is the fret itself, but what we want to do is go behind the first fret, so that's the first fret, and we're going behind it about 2/3 of the way, so near the fret, and all we're doing is pushing that string down until it touches the metal fret. Make sure your fingernails are short. Short! If they're long, they're going to get right in the way of you trying to push the strings down. And then what you'll do is, instead of using your fingertips, you'll lie your fingers down flat, and by lying them down flat, you'll end up accidentally touching the other strings that are underneath. So cut those nails short. Oh, hang on. I think we've got somebody on our live stream. Hey, how you doing? Got a guitar? No. Well, that's a harmonica, which is, you know, awesome. But no, if you've got, it's not what we're doing here today. Have you got a guitar? Oh, well, that's a mandolin. That's a ukulele. Okay, if you haven't got a guitar, then one thing you can do is you can just close your eyes and imagine that there's a guitar there, and then maybe, if you're lucky, when you hit that first imaginary chord on your air guitar, maybe it'll turn into a real guitar. Try that. Wow, I was just making that up. I didn't know that was going to work. Glad you can join us. Let's get on with our first chord. So we're going to take finger 1 and we're going to put it on the 2nd fret. Not on the 2nd fret, but behind the 2nd fret. But when I say on the fret, I don't mean on the fret, I mean behind the fret. So we're going to put it behind the fret on string 5. That's fret 2, string 5. If you pluck that same string with the other hand, it should sound like this. Leave that finger there, don't push hard, keep it relaxed, okay? Just keep the fingertip there, but don't push down. Take the 2nd finger, put it on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, the thickest string. Push that down, pluck it. All right, relax both those fingers, but keep them where they are. Take your 3rd finger, put it on the thinnest string on fret 3. Okay, that's a G chord. Now we can strum all 6 strings. How's it sounding? You're doing great, my friend. Okay, don't move your fingers. Keep them where they are. Take a good long look at where they are. When you feel like you've got it memorized, take your fingers away and see if you can put them back. If you need time to practice that, pause the video and do it 10 times. Away and back. 10 times. Go. You're doing absolutely amazingly. All right, let's move on to the next chord. The next chord is D. Take your 1st finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Leave that there. Take your second finger, put it on the second fret of the first string. Leave that there. Take your third finger, put it on the third fret of the second string. So this time, when we strum, we're going to avoid strumming the two thickest strings and we're going to strum the other four. Either strum with your thumb for now, or your first finger, the fingernail of your first finger. Alright, don't move. Take a good long look at where your fingers are. When you feel like you've got it memorized, take them away. And then put them back. Finger 1, finger 2, finger 3. Give it a strum. And again. Do that another 8 times. All right, let's have a look. Okay, you are being incredible. Okay, so we've got G and we've got D. That is more than enough for your first guitar lesson, okay? So, job 1, memorize G and D. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm going to forget where to put my fingers. Well, don't worry, I've thought of that already. What you can do is you can go to the description of this video and you can download chord charts. They'll remind you exactly where to put your fingers. Hooray! Job 2, get faster at moving from G to D and back and forth. G, D, G, D. And then, at the end of your practice session, reward yourself by playing each chord 4 times in a clockwork-like steady rhythm. So you get something that sounds like a song. Here we go. G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you might not be able to do this straight away. Of course you won't. You can't even remember the chords. But go away, practice them over and over again, and come back, and then you'll be able to do this. Whew. Good work, everyone. Now, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it alleviated the boredom at least a little bit for a little while. So, join me right here on this here YouTube channel for more beginners guitar fun very soon. Please, if you've enjoyed this lesson, you'd really help me out by hitting subscribe, maybe even hitting the bell so that you get notified when there's a new video, and perhaps even more importantly, please tell anyone you can think of, anyone who you think, hey, that guy, Steve owns a guitar, maybe he'd like to do this because he keeps talking about learning to do the guitar and then he never gets around to it. And Aunt Betty too, I mean, you know, she used to play a good G chord back in the day, but maybe it's time she dusted that old beast off and gave it a strum.
Never mind.